now, like the OHP officer is trying to bump the back of that car.
Like they spun him out.
He spun out. He's now heading backwards. There was a...
Oh, my goodness.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground. No, I'm not. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Turn around.
Put your hands behind your back now, Joe.
This is it, man. Joe, we're done, okay?
You got him?
Yeah.
All right, bring your hands back, Joe.
3 suspects are in custody right now after leading Houston police officers on a wild chase and then crashing into another car.
When sirens scream and lights flash, most drivers surrender. But there are also those who turn city streets into action scenes. These are the wildest car chases ever caught on camera, where even the cops weren't ready for what hit them. Let's kick it off with the first chase. 1. The O.J. Simpson Bronco chase, 1994.
What you doing?
It was June 17, 1994, and what should have been a routine police pursuit turned into a pop culture event watched by nearly 95 million people. O.J. Simpson, the former NFL star and actor, was supposed to surrender to the LAPD after being charged in the double homicide of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman.
Highway Patrol.
Yeah, I think I just saw O.J. Simpson on the 5 freeway. He's heading north.
Near Nicole Brown Simpson's grave, south of Los Angeles, the white Bronco is spotted. At the wheel, OJ's best friend and former teammate, Al Cowlings.
Did you see him?
Yeah, we believe so. And we looked at him, and he stared us down like he was dead. Hold on, I got a cop coming here right now.
Okay, we'll put it out.
Okay,
thanks.
With police now in his rear view, Cowlings calls 911, making sure they know OJ is armed and desperate.
911, what are you reporting? This is AC. I have OJ in the car. Okay, where are you? Please, I'm coming up the 5 freeway. Okay. Right now, we are okay, but you gotta tell the police to just back off. He's still alive, but he got a gun to his head. Is everything else okay? Everything right now is okay, officer. Everything is okay. All out. He wants me to get him to his mom. He wants me to get him to his house. Okay. So that's all we ask. He got a gun to his head. Okay, and what's your name? My name is AC. You know who I am, goddammit.
But instead of handing himself in, OJ hopped into the back seat of a white Ford Bronco, driven by his friend Al Cowlings, and the chase began.
Possibly here will be a westbound turn en route to Brentwood, and he looks like he's in the left lane now, making a left turn. The intersection's free, and he's clear, and now making his left turn westbound on Sunset.
This wasn't your high-speed, tire-screeching kind of pursuit. In fact, the Bronco was barely pushing 35 miles per hour. But what made it surreal was the insane media attention. News helicopters tailed the Bronco, and major TV networks cut away from the NBA Finals to air the chase live. Inside the Bronco, OJ was holding a gun to his head, reportedly threatening to kill himself. And the chase lasted for about 2 hours, ending when OJ finally arrived at his Brentwood mansion and was taken into custody. But if you thought Slow and Steady stole the spotlight, wait till you see what happens when someone hijacks a tank. 2. The San Diego Tank Rampage, 1995. It was May 17, 1995, when a 35-year-old Army veteran named Sean Nelson decided to go full apocalypse mode. Frustrated with life and battling personal demons, he broke into a National Guard armory in San Diego and somehow managed to steal a 57-ton M60 Patton tank. Yes, a real military tank. The kind built to rip through enemy lines, not California suburbs. Once he got rolling, Nelson plowed through traffic lights, fire hydrants, parked cars, and even flipped a mobile home like it was a toy. The roads looked like something out of a disaster movie.
100,000-pound tank plowed through dozens of unattended parked cars, even coming within feet of knocking down one resident's house.
He ran up over a cyclone fence about a foot from a house.
Police followed helplessly. They had no weapons powerful enough to stop a literal tank. They tried setting up barricades, but Nelson crushed right through them. The only reason this chase ended was because he tried to cross over a concrete highway divider and the tank got stuck. That's when officers jumped onto the vehicle, opened the hatch, and shot Nelson when he refused to surrender.
The tank got stuck. It became immediately apparent that this guy knew what he was doing, and he started backing the tank back and forth.
Abel, they're trying to get the hatch open right now. The guy's still inside and he's in the tank. Go ahead, 626. 97 at the armory. The track came off. The right track, the track came off the tank. Abel, he's high-centered it there. Abel, the track has come off the tank now. It's definitely not going anywhere now.
The whole thing lasted around 23 minutes, but the destruction left behind was unbelievable. But somewhere in Florida, there was a dude who had other plans, and this time it wasn't a tank. It was an ATV. 3. ATV chase. Police pursue reckless rider across South Florida.
I will tell you, it does look like the police interceptors are backing off a little bit, but that's because I guess we're approaching Fort Lauderdale at this point.
In South Florida, police found themselves locked in a jaw-dropping chase involving an all-terrain vehicle. Yes, an actual ATV, zipping through city streets, sidewalks, and even pedestrian zones. The suspects showed zero regard for traffic laws or human life, cutting corners and jumping medians with reckless abandon. Officers scrambled to keep up, unsure of where the chase would head next, since the small and nimble vehicle could go places a squad car simply couldn't.
He's in the left express lane at this point. I don't even think there is an emergency lane. We'll catch up with him in a moment.
What made this pursuit even more unpredictable was the terrain-shifting chaos. Narrow alleyways, crowded sidewalks, and even residential zones became part of the chase route. It wasn't just about the speed, it was about the sheer audacity of it all.
And just like that, the ATV rider pulls off on the side of the road, gets tackled to the ground by a South Florida officer, and is being taken into custody.
Now, if a grown man outrunning cops is wild, what happens when the one behind the wheel is just 11 years old? 4. The 11-year-old school bus chase. Baton Rouge, 2020.
Police in Louisiana are trying to figure out how an 11-year-old boy got the keys to a school bus and then took it on a joyride.
October 2020, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A city still waking up on a Sunday morning when an 11-year-old boy decided it was the perfect time to live out his Grand Theft Auto fantasy. The kid somehow managed to steal a full-size school bus from a local lot and took it on a joyride through the city.
I don't know what's going on, but it looked like somebody that stole the school bus.
Sirens wailed as the kid led cops on a 45-minute chase, casually flipping them off from the window like some cartoon villain. Yes, he actually gave them the finger.
Police say that 11-year-old stole that school bus from a Head Start center, leading police on a wild and dangerous high-speed chase that spanned nearly 13 miles and lasted nearly half an hour.
The size of the bus made it nearly impossible to stop without risking a collision.
Officers taking the boy into custody. Police say he's facing several charges. No one was hurt during the chase or crash, but the bus was damaged. The bus was stolen from a Head Start elementary school.
Eventually, the bus struck a tree and came to a stop. The kid was pulled out and taken into custody, later charged with theft of a vehicle, aggravated flight, and property damage. But no injuries were reported. And the whole city, and the internet, was left stunned that someone so young had pulled off something so chaotic.
Allegedly intentionally tried to hit another driver in his path. The high-speed pandemonium coming to an end when the bus slammed into a massive tree in the front yard of this couple's home.
The minute after that, because they knocked someone boy out of the back of the truck.
But up next is an even more daring escape. This time, it's a robbery gone wrong, and a white Camaro is about to take on the Houston police in a heart-stopping high-speed chase. 5. Camaro versus police after GameStop robbery, Houston 2015.
HPD spotted those suspects, and that's what sparked that chase, ending here again where we are at the intersection of Lockwood and Fitch. We can tell you that there was a short chase here, but all suspects, according to police, are in custody.
April 2015, Houston, Texas. It was just another day at GameStop, or at least it seemed like it, but inside, 3 masked robbers clad in scream masks were gearing up for something far from typical. Armed and dangerous, they stormed the store, demanding cash and merchandise from the employees. Within moments, they were off, running through the door and out to their getaway car, a white Chevrolet Camaro, fast, sleek, and ready to break the law at high speed. This wasn't just any robbery. This was the beginning of one of Houston's most intense high-speed chases.
So he won't be able to go anywhere and get away from a chase that just happened recently. We saw that happen several times.
As the Camaro screeched its tires and tore out of the parking lot, the suspects weren't just running from the cops, they were pushing the limits of what was possible behind the wheel. Up above, news helicopters tracked the chase as the Camaro raced across highways. The Camaro darted in and out of traffic, narrowly missing other vehicles. And then, things took a turn for the worse. The Camaro performed an insane U-turn, cutting through the intersection so fast you could feel the adrenaline through the screen. One wrong move, and this chase could have ended in disaster. But the criminals in the Camaro had one goal: escape. After a few more miles of heart-pounding chase, the Camaro began to slow. The car's speed was no longer enough to outrun the police. The 610 North Loop was the scene of the final showdown, and just like that, it was over. The Camaro, now at a standstill, and the suspects, hands raised in surrender, knew they had lost the game. But what the police found next in the car was even more chilling than the chase itself. The suspects were arrested, but the aftermath of the chase would haunt everyone involved. In the backseat of that Camaro, alongside the stolen GameStop merchandise, were the Scream masks, the chilling reminder of the crime that had led to this high-speed pursuit. It wasn't just another robbery. It was a bold, reckless move that nearly cost them everything. But just as quickly as it began, the chase ended. The police had caught up and the robbers were off the streets. From high-speed chases to daring escapes, the next pursuit is about to get even more intense. 6. The Jaguar F-Type heist. South LA, June 2023.
Again, flying at upwards of 100 miles per hour southbound on the 110 freeway. They lost him momentarily. Now, as I mentioned, that helicopter has a visual once again, but right now there's nobody behind this Jaguar.
On June 22, 2023, a stolen Jaguar F-Type became the center of one of the wildest high-speed chases in Los Angeles history. The suspect, who was wanted for assault, wasted no time in taking off, reaching speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour on the 10 freeway. The police attempted to close the gap, but the suspect swerved in and out of traffic, almost like a professional stunt driver. As the chase intensified, the suspect exited the freeway, continuing the pursuit through the busy streets of South LA.
He's getting off on Manchester, heading east on Manchester.
East on Manchester, under the 110 freeway. Now moving away from us here. He's under the freeway, under the overpass, right? He did not come out the other side.
Once on city streets, the suspect ran red lights, speeding past pedestrians and other vehicles, narrowly avoiding head-on collisions. The dangerous driving pushed the situation to the edge, with every sharp turn and unexpected lane change heightening the tension. The high-speed chase soon seemed like a game of inches, with the Jaguar racing down narrow streets, its engine roaring in the distance. However, just as it seemed the suspect might be cornered, the impossible happened.
I'm surprised the car is continuing to go.
Try and open it up. Okay, it's open, and here it comes to an end.
Yep.
Into a pole. Ah, shucks, he says.
He tried.
When the officers arrived, the Jaguar was abandoned and the suspect was nowhere to be found. The police swarmed the area, searching the surroundings, but the suspect had managed to disappear into the night, leaving the stolen vehicle behind. Despite a brief search, no sign of the suspect could be found. What began as a high-speed pursuit had quickly turned into a bizarre scene of an empty Jaguar coasting to a stop, and the search for the suspect continued in the streets of South LA. But have you ever witnessed a crazy car chase? Let us know in the comments. And before you head out, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.